Hello Aries, and welcome to your reading for the 12th of April until the 18th. You're on Galactic Soul Healing. My name's Sonia Jane. We are going to look at something from your past, some things that you're feeling at presently, as well as something you might like to be aware of, a possible outcome, and we're going to look at some oracle cards for your spirit guidance at the end as well. So let's just grab some cards here. And right, Three of Wands, the Magician, and the Ace of Pentacles. So let's just pop these up and have a look. Right, struggling with the cards here. Okay, so you are Aries. You are actually pretty well. Basically, the Magician is front and center, and it means you've kind of got your stuff sorted, but you're also you're in a really good position to be able to manifest something that you want to be manifesting, because you have the tools here, you have the know-how, you have an awareness of what your soul is calling you towards as well. So it's like, okay, so here, you know, you're kind of ready to take that step. See, there's a red cape here and there's a red cape, and yeah, and you've basically achieved something here. Like there's been you achieved or acquired something that you've been wanting to achieve or acquire, and so this has probably happened just recently, or maybe a little bit further back, but I did say, you know, you are currently feeling like this, but this was possibly something that you achieved, but it's also activated, whatever it was that you did has sort of activated parts of you that need to be activated. So you've done it in a holistic way. Okay, and it's almost like you are now looking at where to from here kind of thing. Feeling a little bit more like there's perhaps more possibilities and more things open to you now at this point. And that makes sense because we're all going through, you know, expansion as well. So you've achieved something in the recent past, and you've been feeling empowered as you're doing it. And the Queen of Wands just jumped out, so let's go with that. So we're going to pull out the Queen of Wands. We've got the Knight of Cups and the King of Pentacles, and we'll have a look at this. Okay, so this is actually kind of looking like a new relationship, or a favourable communication, a favourable message from another person, from one to the other, with, you know, kindness, consideration, compassion. Here we have, you know, two people, and we have this positive forward movement of communication and of showing of affection, of emotion as well. So presently you may be feeling like either you're feeling more compassionate and loving towards yourself, or it might be that your relationships are feeling like you are being understood more, or you're discovering new people that you're connecting with. So this is all about just that presently you're really in an energy of noticing perhaps even what type of communication you want to be having with people, and also the types of people in the environments where you feel that you are you're being heard, or that you can be yourself. The Queen of Wands is you know, all about like being passionate. So it's about you being able to be natural and be yourself, okay, and having a positive outlook. And yeah, and that's going to also to kind of help you to feel more secure and more whole, and more connected to yourself as well, and also more a part of what's going on in your community. Let's look at something you might like to be aware of. So you're kind of really getting a sense of community at the moment, which is kind of awesome. Right, let's just grab through. We have the High Priestess, the Five of Pentacles, and the Hangman. Okay, let's have a look at this. Look at this. So, something that you may need to be aware of is that there may be people that you come across here that are, you know, or there may be people in your field, like in your daily or weekly or whatever your associations, that you are perceiving them, that you're aware that their perception of reality is not that positive, that they are in a state of lacking, feeling lack, and they are not perhaps finding assistance or asking for help. So this is about maybe you getting some awareness of that and just kind of sitting with it holistically, or perhaps even just going into some doing some time out, some sort of meditation where you are thinking about mind, body, spirit, and that maybe you're helping these people as well to think about their holistically looking at things. I mean, it may be that this is you here, that you're feeling like that even perhaps if you're feeling like you've got a sense of community, you might be feeling a little bit financially on the back foot. So it's about creating awareness and understanding and balance in your life, and then sort of applying yourself holistically to kind of work out a solution for your financial situation. Yeah. But it's also saying that you have more inner wisdom than you realize. It's almost saying actually that you're not aware of your inner wisdom. You're not aware of your of that capacity that you have to, maybe you haven't accessed it or activated it to the extent that it could be in terms of going within. And this, I guess, the Hangman is kind of emphasizing that as well. It's about, yeah, taking time out from the outside world to go within into your own unique sacred space, and to start tapping in. So I guess what you may not be aware of is that, you know, there's a whole lot of stuff within you, within your soul, from past lives, and also from your conditioning, that there's a lot of rich material there that you could you know, and perhaps aspects of yourself that you haven't activated, like your creativity, your intuition, perhaps spirituality, that type of thing. Let's look at a possible outcome. So it's looking like, you know, in the past you're in a good spot, you kind of have achieved something, then you're getting a sense of community, but there's still that thing about the finances happening. Sorry, not the finances, about your inner wisdom and moving forward and perhaps manifesting things. So let's just see what the possible outcome might be here for you being able to manifest. Yeah. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. So it's looking like you are going to be able to create some financial gain that's going to help you to cover bases and sort of balance your life out, and that you will be doing that. You may need to perhaps look at things you've done in the past and really take stock of your strengths and really gather those all of those transferable skills that you've learnt, rather than undermining them and not believing in yourself perhaps quite enough. So this needs to be some time out taken for you to really boost your self-belief in terms of your capability, and really then basically stating this is about communication as well. So it's almost like you might need to start writing out and really taking stock of all of the things that you've done, and really honor and congratulate yourself for those things that you've done, and also to and to feel really confident and strong in that, to allow, or maybe to create a ritual or something that will help you to consolidate all of those skills and things that you've learned throughout your life so far, and sort of applying that and making a decision or getting clear on, this is a great blend of thought and feeling, of heart and mind. So it's about moving forward. Your financial situation, whatever you apply yourself to in order to create the finance, like the income or the type of work, will probably be a nice blend of heart and mind. So it's about finding something that is almost like saying that the outcome for your finances looks good, and also your self-belief, which is that row there about what you might need to be aware of. It's like, well, finances, the state of finances is directly linked into belief of self and belief of one's capability, one's belief in the value of one's skills, and having that confidence to step forward and express that outwardly in the world. So where was I? So your finances are looking good, but the indication is that it's something from the past. There's a clue from the past that will help you to activate that a little bit more financial well-being there for you, Aries. So, and I'm getting from this reading too that you're actually very spiritual, and it's almost like you do have an understanding of some of the skills that you have, but it's that thing about the self-perception, or perhaps not reaching out into community quite enough. You need to be going within and to look at, seriously take stock of everything, okay, and start valuing yourself, and also look at when you were a child yourself, what kinds of things that you love to do, and then kind of try and, if you can, shift that into a work role or a job role, or even perhaps providing a service or a product for someone else. And it might be really simple. It might be that, maybe you just used to love being out in nature, and so perhaps a little thing you could start doing would be like maybe just offering some gardening, which is, lots of people just want some weeds pulled, or just offering some gardening services to people in your community. I mean, it doesn't have to be an employment situation, although it could be. So there are different sorts of ways to generate income, whether that be, self-employment, just or providing a home-based business service, or maybe even going into a partnership or working for someone else that has their own business, like a small business, and helping them out, and obviously getting some monetary compensation for that. So I think that we're just going to jump straight to the spirit guidance now, because I think that reading's fairly clear. It's about kind of gathering self-belief and belief in self, that confidence, that taking stock of what you have done so far and really valuing that, but also this idea of community relationship that's becoming more, you're becoming more aware of the type of people that you want to be with. That will help you as well to work out where you'll be best placed in order to generate some income for yourself, if that's what you're looking to do. And of course, take what resonates. Okay, Aries, I'm just going to grab a couple of these spirit animal cards. Excuse my cough there. Let's see if we can get some spirit guidance here as well. Lizard spirit. Dream the world into being. Okay, so that's like your high priestess energy. And it really is a case too of if you need to manifest more finances or manifest more self-confidence so that you can do that, then it may be worthwhile with visioning, which is like doing a meditation, maybe drawing some pictures out, and actually really focusing on that feeling that you would have if you had that self-confidence and you had the financial backing. How would you be feeling? And try and generate that feeling during your meditations. Here we have Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. Isn't that interesting? So it might mean that you work in a way that's kind of has some playful energy. Maybe you work with children, or maybe you like to just help out people that need help, or maybe you like to go into maybe doing something creative like arts and crafts. You know, maybe there's a local community centre where you might like to help out with programs that are running or something like that. But even it might be a case of just following your heart as to what you're into, and perhaps joining with others that are doing the same thing. Let's grab some dragon spirit, dragon wisdom now. Okay. Here we have the fire. Yes, so it's basically whatever, you know, lighting up that solar plexus, which is that confidence. And this is the Queen of Wands here. So it's about, it's interesting because you are feeling more confident when it comes to communicating to others. But there might be another layer there about there might be still some, you know, some increasing self-belief and confidence in terms of what your skills are and what you can do in your community to generate some income. So here we have love. So that's a really beautiful vibration. So it's actually moving forward with the heart. And as we said, this is like water and air. So it's the, you know, the thoughts and the feelings. So with moving forward with good, with mental and emotional clarity. Okay. Let's see. We're just going to grab. Actually, I might do angels and ancestors. That seems to be on hand. And this is going to be just a couple more cards for spirit guidance, and we might grab a Galactic Collective, and we will be done. So let's just cut the deck here. Okay, there's a couple of cards for you here. Oops, hang on a second. We have Mirror Guardian. So this is about that reflection. It's almost that High Priestess and Hanged Man card about really honouring yourself, doing some self-care, self-love, and yeah, self-evaluation even. And I don't mean that in terms of assessing and judging yourself. I mean that in terms of, you know, what is it that you've accomplished? What skills, talents, gifts and abilities do you have? And being really honest and upfront with yourself about that. And congratulating yourself for it. Take time to reflect. That's what it says underneath there. So that is really awesome guidance, and that's kind of what was mentioned here, and something that you might like to be aware of is that, you know, time out for reflection is going to be beneficial. Wow, seer. Okay, see beyond the current situation. Okay, so that's the thing about visioning, about dreaming. So you can dream something into being that isn't manifested yet, but it will be manifested. You know, it can be. So this is even looking like intuitive, spiritual kind of work too, which might be something that you feel drawn to. Yeah, see beyond the current situation. So that's interesting, isn't it? So that's like looking beyond this idea here. Let's see beyond that idea of, you know, I don't have enough, or, you know, I can't ask for help, like, or I'm stranded and alone. You know, let's try and see beyond that and see what we need to do to improve upon all of those ideas. Right, we do that by going within. Let's grow a Galactic Collective now. And we will just get a Galactic Heritage card, sorry, my Galactic Collective. So Spirit, let's just tap into the light beings, our multi-dimensional cousins and relatives out there. And just really seeing what a nice collective that, or something that Aries may need to be aware of too from a galactic perspective. And maybe certainly, you know, you may have had lives in this collective that is going to show itself. And I'm going to cut the deck. We haven't had anything jump out, so we'll just cut that. Excuse my throat. Zeta Reticuli, future enlightenment. Okay, wow. So we are here. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Now, 97. We are here to master all of the different dimensions. And third, fourth, and fifth dimension. Excuse me, I'm just... Right. Here we go, we have it now. I'll hold the card up so that we can see. The Zetas had a tangible experience of moving from fear to awakening, but it was not an easy one. Through this crisis, they had to first learn to embrace emotion as a valid part of existence, and then, at the same time, not attach to emotion, but rise above it. Isn't that interesting? Seeing beyond the current situation. Encountering this paradox was essential to their transformation as a species. The same lesson is being asked of you now. Embrace and honour all aspects of who you are, even those you don't like. At the same time, know that mind, emotions and body are not who you are. Expand your consciousness beyond them. This is enlightenment. So the soul is not the mind, the soul is not the body, and the soul is not the emotions. They are all transitory experiences and to some extent temporary illusions. Okay, because so essentially we are creative beings, so we can create all of those things using our consciousness. So we can, you know, create the health or otherwise of our body. We can create the state of whatever our mind, we want our mind to vibrate in, and we can create our emotions. Okay. Yeah, so this, especially these cards here of the Hanged Man, this is about the consciousness, even though it's almost like the consciousness supports everything. Really, because whatever your consciousness is, that's sort of your vibration of your consciousness determines the vibration of your thoughts, the vibrations of your feelings, even the vibrations of the cells in your body, and whether or not, you know, you are you're healthy. So yeah, so that's kind of, I guess, it's actually encouraging you, Aries, to help you to understand that you are more in control than you realize. So you have more control of your reality than you realize, and it all depends on your perception. But this is the card here of going within and getting some wisdom and getting some balance as well. I really like how the Hanged Man's in here, because it's about that holistic mind, body, spirit thing too going on. And yeah, and also that idea about you creating that, boosting that self-confidence and creating that wealth, a little, you know, more financial income for you, could, you know, it can be achieved by more of a balance between your thoughts and your feelings, and perhaps not overly attaching to them. So it might be that if you know, if there are certain parts of your job role that are good and certain parts that aren't so good, maybe parts that aren't so good trying to not allow your emotions to run away with you. So trying to not allow, you know, if a little bit of boredom starts to creep in, rather than snowballing it and saying, oh, I'm really bored, oh my God, I can't, you know, try and find something that will help you to alleviate that boredom. So basically turning it around and becoming that creator. Because we can shift and change reality as we need it. So I mean, I've got a lot out of this reading. My sun is in Aries, and yeah, that's awesome. And also, you know, this is the bit of a snap here about seeing beyond the current situation too. It's that ability, and you have this ability, Aries, to transcend. And certainly the Magician. I mean, you have the Magician and the High Priestess and the Hangman here. Like, they're awesome major arcana to have in one reading. So it's basically like, you know, manifesting that magic once you get going, and once you get that formula for your life that's going to work, where everything just falls into place. You know, I can really see you here creating a nice balance of giving and receiving too. So being on the receiving end, and also having that great balance of, you know, service to others as well as service to self, like getting that nice balance happening too. But yeah, just really understanding that you are the creator of your own story. We are the authors of our own lives, authors of our own stories. So that's what I have for you, Aries. I hope that helps, or at least parts of it, maybe. So have a great day and a great week, and I look forward to the next reading. Ciao for now.